them in life. You can use them in business. There's so many different ways that you can apply some of these principles. They're just key. They're foundational. I'm going to show you exactly what it takes. So foundation number one is resolutions. It's one of the keys for people making it where they need to go. A couple secrets about resolutions. Secret number one is most people fail by the 15th day. So January 15th is a big failure day for most people. They realize that they're not going to make it. They quit. They don't even try any longer. So by January 16th, they realize they spent too much money on that gym membership and they move on with their life. Now, here's a secret for you. Most people don't know that the average person needs to set the same New Year's resolution 4 years in a row before they actually achieve it. So what does that mean? That means that our mind does not change automatically just because we want something, just because we get an idea in our head. That's not the way we change. That's not the way we move. The way we move is we continually convince ourselves and continually remind ourselves of our goals and our aspirations. Disappointment and distraction should never stop us from writing a new resolution. Secret number two is you don't have to wait until January 1st to make a New Year's resolution. Start today. If today's January 17th and you realize you didn't do the first 16 days of resolution, start it again. Write it down. Write it down as often as you need to. You know, it took me 5 or 6 years to actually dedicate to losing weight. I was 225 pounds, which was about 35, 40 pounds more than I am now. It actually takes a while for a person to align themselves. You had to change your diet, I had to change my exercise. I had to actually get to a place where it started to become a habit for me. And so that's what it needs for you. You need to start taking the things that you want and write it down. Write it down. Not just say it in your head. Put it down on a piece of paper. Number two is vision. The difference between a goal and a vision is passion. You need to make your goal in such a way, write it down in such a way that is positive in nature. In other words, I don't want to just starve myself for 3 weeks. That's not a goal. You actually want to be healthy, you want to be happier, you want people to like you more, you want to be able to be a better presenter, whatever it is, and you realize that weight loss might be part of that goal. And so a vision needs to be positive. People are motivated by two things: the avoidance of pain and pleasure. So make sure that when you write down this resolution that you define it in such a way so that it includes those two things. What pain are you going to avoid by changing this in your life? What pleasure are you going to have in both the achievement of the goal and the accomplishment of the goal? What is it on the other side that's going to bring you more pleasure? People in the weight loss category, once they actually make the commitment, they start exercising, they start eating right, most people are willing to say that nothing tastes as good as thin feels. It's a saying that they have that's pleasure-based. That yes, it is, those things taste good. Love a pizza, love to eat the wrong kind of foods, love pastries, love lots of sugar in my coffee, but nothing tastes as good as thin feels, because thin lasts and health lasts forever. Taste is only temporary. So you have to start looking at things from a different perspective, and the best way to do that is to take your resolutions and turn them into a vision. Talk to people who've done it. That's one of the best ways. If you have a great goal or you have a vision, start listening to videos, start talking to people and listen to the story behind why they did it. Start listening to the vision and let your mind be changed by the vision behind the goal. That's one of the ways for you to get there sooner, and the vision that's big enough to inspire you will also be big enough to inspire others, and that'll get you some help. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is progress. Success is progress. That's E. Success is progress. What I mean by that is progress, the personal happiness, personal contentment for the human soul is in a process called progress. That as you're changing, as you're growing, as you're moving from one stage of life to another, it's where most people find the greatest form of satisfaction is in progress. It's not so much the expected end, because I know a lot of people who get the money and they're not as happy with the money as they are with the path, with the pursuit, with the journey of helping other people, of building a business, of doing great things, of improving your life, of thinking different, of acting different, of becoming a person of character. Progress, human progress, starts to become the primary goal, and money and cars and wealth and fame and all the things that go with it are secondary and not so important. So you need to change your mindset a little bit about why you're doing what you do. Improve your vision. You have a goal. financial goal, health goal, business goal. But then start refining your purpose and say, what do I need to do? What do I need to fall in love with? What process do I need to fall in love with so that I become a person of progress, that I become a person of growth, personal growth? We talk about this all the time. It's this phrase that we use. I don't know how many times we say it a week, but personal development with a paycheck attached is the definition of an entrepreneur life. Personal development with a paycheck attached is the entrepreneurial life. It's what we commit to, progress. This is the thing that helps you develop. If you talk to all the brilliant people in business and you ask them, and I've heard them ask this question, what should I do first? And they said, start becoming a reader. Learn to love reading. Learn to love information, progress, personal progress in your brain. Start changing your brain. That's one of the reasons for success. The next thing is change your state. I don't mean move from New York to Florida. Maybe you would want to move from New York to Florida because it's a lot sunnier and nicer, especially in the wintertime. But I'm talking about your mental state. Change your state. And there's a lot of different ways. We could actually tell a half an hour seminar just on the different ways to change your state. You can watch some pretty good seminars on YouTube on the concept. But the concept of changing your state is change your focus, change the things that are around you. So if you're normally working in a certain environment, go take your laptop and work in a different place. When you start thinking about this stuff, don't do it around your normal environment. Sometimes it's good to take a 3-day seminar, go to an event, go listen to someone speak for 3 days and get away from your circumstances. Get away from your circumstances that are causing you to continue to think the way you think. Change your state means move to a place. Either spend the money or the time necessary to change your state of mind. Then develop a habit of changing your state. Start every morning with whatever motivates you, whatever's focused on the thing that you love. For me, I love to watch either The Voice or American Idol, people who are striving for excellence, to learn to master their craft, and they're nobodies, they're unknowns, and then suddenly they become famous. They pour their life into this commitment. That's something that inspires me. It might not be the thing that inspires you. Find the thing, either athletes or musicians or people who are excellent, people who are masters at a craft. Go and surround yourself with those people, and then start telling yourself a story. One of the most important things that you can do is in the morning, you have to have a ritual. Rituals are beautiful when they become part of a state of mind. Get a piece of paper, and there's 2 different ways that you can change your state of mind. Number 1, get a piece of paper and write down as many things as you're grateful for. Don't look at yesterday's list. Write it down again. Write down your list. Change your state. I'm thankful for, I'm grateful for, I'm thankful for, I'm grateful for. All the things in your life that you're grateful for. It changes your heart into a place of gratefulness instead of neediness. Thankfulness instead of neediness changes your state of mind. And the second thing you need to do is start telling yourself a different story, because a lot of times the world beats us up. We're beat up by our brothers and sisters, beat up by our parents, beat up by the school system, telling us that we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not fast enough. Tell yourself a story of greatness. I am worthy. I can do this. I don't care what anybody else says. I'm beautiful, I'm happy, I'm smart, I'm $1 million bill. Tell yourself a story and say it until you start to feel the happiness that resounds off of your soul. Repeat it over and over again. It doesn't take that long, 10 or 15 minutes. The people who are state-minded, they move into a place, they move into the world with this change of state. They move into a business, into a job interview, or into a sales position, or into asking someone $1 million question with a change of state. It causes you to draw success out of that moment. If your state has changed, learn to master it. Become a person of excellence when it comes to state of mind. So there's your beginning. There's your first 4 points. I'm going to be doing something like this every day. It's going to be a whole series. So log on. Hopefully you guys can come see me. I'm going to be in LA in August 14th, 15th, and 16th. Not too many tickets left. Hope to see you guys there. If not, maybe I'll see you at the next one. Either way, check it, log in, subscribe to my channel. See you on the next one.